Hello, Church on the Square friends. If we haven't had the pleasure of meeting, I'm Ashley. My family and I attend the Sunday morning service. My goal is to give you some fast, easy to implement ideas to help your family make it through the next few weeks of social distancing. I hope to have this available every day in podcast form and as a video with a transcript available in the comments. It may not happen that way every day. It probably won't happen today, but I can try again tomorrow. I am giving myself grace. And that's my first tip. Give yourself grace. Give yourself permission to relax your caregiving standards. This is just a season in your life, an extraordinary, stressful season, but only a season. It will come to an end, and you can ease your family back into your regular rhythm. Right now, let's focus on surviving the next few weeks with children at home all day. It's not an easy job. There are people who train for spending all day with children. They're called teachers. As a 7-year veteran of the profession, I speak from experience when I tell you this. If you feel like it's hard sometimes, that's because it is. So give yourself grace. Does your family need to eat off paper plates because you simply don't have the energy to do dishes? Give yourself permission. Do you need to spend less time cleaning than usual or tolerate a bit more clutter around your home? Give yourself permission. Do you need to use more screen time than usual? Give yourself permission. My kiddo will be eating a lot of fish sticks and chicken nuggets. I don't want to fight about what he eats right now, so I'm giving myself permission. Remember, this is just a season. You can always gradually move back to what is normal for your family once the season changes. The second tip I have for you is to develop a schedule for your day. Children love the predictability that a schedule brings. They feel safe knowing what is coming next. You don't have to plan down to the minute. A loose sequence of events is fine and allows for flexibility. My family schedule looks something like this. When my son wakes up, we have him get dressed, brush his teeth and hair, and feed the dog. Then he gets 20 minutes of video games while I eat my breakfast. This is my self-care. Food is essential to keeping my energy up throughout the day, and eating one meal, mostly uninterrupted, is a gift I give myself. Try to find a place in your day where you can give a gift to yourself. Then my son eats his breakfast while we talk about what he might like to do for the day. Does he want to ride his bike, bake something, draw? Breakfast is his time to tell me. After breakfast, I do some light housework, usually something he can help me with. Kids can fold towels, dust, sweep. It's not going to be perfect, but it is helpful. Then we have unstructured indoor play and a snack. This is usually Lego, racing cars, or using his marble run. Find what works for your child. Then it's snack time and outdoor play, and we'll talk about that in a moment. We come back inside for lunch and then have rest time. I'm lucky enough that my 4-year-old still naps. Please don't be jealous. If you have met my child or seen him running laps on Sunday mornings, you know he makes me earn every minute of that nap. If your child is older or nap resistant, there is still a way to have rest time. Tell your kids that they don't have to sleep, but they do have to stay in the room and play quietly. We tell my son that he has to start by lying in bed resting. 9 times out of 10, he falls asleep. But if he doesn't, he'll read books, build puzzles, make things out of Legos until rest time is over. This probably won't work the first time you try it, but don't give up on it for a few days. This will give you time to telework or take a nap yourself. With a 4-year-old and a 4-month-old in my home, being rested helps me be my best, most patient self when they're awake. Afternoons usually start with another snack and include some creative time. Most children love Play-Doh, coloring, drawing, painting, writing. If your kiddo is like mine and won't sit still long enough for those, baking is a more active and delicious alternative. Depending on your evening routine, you might be able to go outside again. Research shows us again and again that spending time in nature is good for us. It makes us happier. It's especially good for children. It also gives us an opportunity to teach our children about celebrating and caring for God's creatures and creation. If you're most comfortable staying indoors, I recommend getting a bird feeder and bird seed. You can put it in a tree in your yard or hang it from your porch. There are even feeders that have suction cups and stick to your windows. Merlin Bird ID is a bird identification app that my son and I love using to learn what birds are at our feeder. This morning we had grackles, mourning doves, and house sparrows. If you want to get outside but feel like you should stay close to home, go for a walk around your neighborhood. Take a grocery bag with you to pick up the trash you find. Use this opportunity to discuss ways of being kind to our earth and taking care of it. If your kids are like mine and need more extreme exercise, take a hike. It's easy to avoid large groups of people on the trails, and a change of scenery is often helpful when I feel like I'm going to lose it with my son. I highly recommend the Irvine Nature Center in Owings Mills. The grounds and trails are going to remain open from 9 to 5 throughout the next 2 weeks. The Understory Trail out to the meadow is one of my favorite hikes and easy enough for the whole family. I've done it 37 weeks pregnant in the dark with a 3-week-old baby with my 70-year-old mother-in-law, and you can do it too. Take some time to breathe the fresh air, listen to the birds, watch the meadow grass blowing in the wind. Take a moment to marvel at God's creation. Find Him there. So my 3 tips for you: give yourself grace, create a schedule that works for your child and your family, and find time to appreciate God's creatures and creation. I hope to see you again tomorrow with more ideas to help us through this. And now let's take a deep breath. And close with a prayer that works especially for children, but is still a wonderful reminder for us caregivers too. God be in my head, God be in my words, God be in my heart, God be in my hands, God be in my whole self. Amen.